Evening and welcome to Channel 85. In the 25th of April there was an earthquake in Nepal, which seems to have killed at least 8,000 people and injured more than 17,000 people. Since then there has been plenty of minor earthquakes. The latest one appeared on the 12th of May, which seems to kill at least 66 people and injured more than 1,100 people. Now plenty of countries are helping Nepal with medical care and money. Experts in Syria have found evidence indicating that chemical weapons were used by the Syrian government against the population last year. Even though Syria are promising President Barack Obama and the rest of the world that they never use these kind of weapons. Each day it's getting less safe to live in Syria. And more about this with our reporter in Syria.
As you clearly can see behind me, the situation here in Damascus is very unstable and dangerous. The rebellion force is growing much larger and the government is doing everything they can to stop them. Mohammed Abdul lives here in Damascus and is worried for his wife and 3 kids. Mohammed, what do you think about the situation here in Damascus and how does it affect you?
Well, I think the war is meaningless and I don't support it at all. Me and my family, we're very worried and it's impossible for us to keep living in normal lives. The kids can't go to school and very few stores are open, so it's really hard to get food. Everything just gets bad.
Yeah, I see. Have you ever considered leaving the city behind and moving out for the safety of your family?
Yes, well of course, that would be the best, but it's a very hard and dangerous thing to do and we can't afford it either.
Do you see any light in the future?
The war will end eventually, maybe next week, next month, next year, or even later. You just have to hang in there and hope for the best.
Thank you. That's all from me here in Damascus. Over to Simon in the studio.
Thank you, Tobias. And now it's time for economics with David.
Thank you, Simon. Swedish milk farmers are going bankrupt because of decreased sales. The reason is the decreasing demand of milk in other countries, especially in Russia and China, which are their current largest source of income. The Swedish government have decided to help the Swedish farmers out by a monthly sum of money to keep the farms running and enabling the Swedes to sell their milk cheaper.
Right.
Thank you, David. We will see how it goes with Swedish farmers. But now it's time for sports with Alexander.
Thank you, Simon. This weekend, the World Championship in hockey ended with Canada coming out victorious against Russia with a victory 6-1. After the game, Russia created a huge scandal by leaving before the Canadian national anthem was played. At the same time as hockey is staying strong, a new kind of sport is growing, e-sport. While parents have been worrying about their children staying inside playing games, it could become their profession and they can make a lot of money if they become really successful. In a small town in Sweden, a LAN party where people gather and play games together was hosted. On this event, there were a lot of tournaments with a prize pool with huge amount of money for the teams coming in first and second place.
Hey Johan, as a long-term football fan, what do you think about the fastly growing esports community?
Well, I'm not so supportive of this esports community because the kids get too fat and then they get no friends. Because they sit in front of the computer all day.
Why do you think they will get so fat?
Because they get no exercise. Isn't that clear for you? Don't you understand?
Okay, that's all from me, Tobias Darner at Elof Arena.
Okay, that was all from the sport. Now let's see if weather is good for e-sport or natural sport. Over to Erik.
As you can see on the screen, the weather forecast is looking quite bad for Sweden right now. Skåne is expecting a cloudy weather and a strong wind blowing from the southwest, but the cloudy weather might clear up during the day, so there's a chance for sunny weather also. The temperature will be around 17 degrees in Skåne. The Värmland County, on the other hand, is expecting sun and 17 degrees. But if you take a look more to the right, you can see the rest of the county having similar weather. Sunny with 16 degrees. But in Dalarnas county, you can see there is high risk for clouds, but an upside is there will probably glimpse the sun later towards the evening, thanks to the clouds won't be carrying in rain with them. If you go higher up towards Lapland and Jämtlands county, you can see the weather getting worse. High risk for rain and it will also be cloudy. The temperature will be around 6 to 7 degrees. So I suggest that you take warm clothes and an umbrella with you if you're going out. That's it for the weather, and over to Simon.
That was everything from Channel 85 News. We are back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Ja, det är det.